Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for February 2025. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, just to remind you, I've opened up a competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What can they expect in the month of February 2025? Can you please show them the way? Well, we've officially moved into Aquarius season, and this month encourages you to tap into your free spirit and also, of course, into your inner rebel. Now, this is a perfect time to try new things, embrace your individuality, be flamboyant, and discover what really makes you unique. You may feel a strong desire to connect with others this month, be more sociable, involve yourself in the community more, or fill your diary with new events and experiences. Maybe even jump into training for a charitable event or organize giving back to the community in some way. Aquarius season asks you to be open to the alternative, so you might experiment with new recipes, watch independent theater or cinema, feel inclined to catch a really out there art exhibition, seek out experimental documentaries or books on the unknown, maybe even try a new look or style, or expand your knowledge with higher learning. It's really time to embrace the unfamiliar. Now, this is also a month where your genius comes forward with flashes of insight and eureka moments as you innovate all aspects of your life, challenge the status quo, and find fresh new pathways to complement any routines or responsibilities that you already have to adhere to. Because, hey, that's life. We gotta do what we gotta do. But this month adds extra creative flair, a spring in your step, and a desire to shake things up a little. Now, if you don't know it already by now, February will remind you that you are fabulous. February is often associated with a very commercialized day of romance, but whether you're in a relationship or not, this season really dials up the desire to romance your life a little bit more, as Venus, the planet of unconditional love, offers an extremely dreamy feel as it cozies up to Neptune. It's a perfect time to have a heartfelt conversation with those that you care about, strengthen friendships, relationships, and most importantly, deepen that connection with yourself. You may actually feel compelled to book a date night with yourself this month and do something really special to remind you that you've come a long way, so give yourself permission to celebrate the wonderful you. The most exciting planetary shift this month is Jupiter, which stations direct, and it's my most favorite. So in doing so, it actually shines a benevolence on us once more with rays of good luck and abundance. If you've been feeling, that you've been having some tough lessons that you didn't ask for, not seeing results, feeling deflated, or even submerged in deeply reflective growth periods, it may have been that Jupiter and Mars have been retrograding, but finally the light at the end of the tunnel appears on the 4th of February as Jupiter expands opportunity, curiosity, good fortune, and most importantly, it sets you up to receive rewards for all of your hard work, especially since Aldebaran, the star of wealth and good fortune, supports Jupiter's pivot. Now, Mars turns direct on the 23rd of February, which increases your energy, motivation, passion, and ambition. Productivity will reach climactic levels. It's a great time to manifest and make life happen for you. And the North Node conjuncts Neptune in the sign of Pisces, emphasizing the call to experience the wonderful and the unfamiliar. Expect very vivid dreams this month, and also lots of original ideas. And on a global scale, please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, we could see a wobble in the stock market, or at least an honest assessment of how things are really going under the surface bluster, which may actually indicate an up-and-coming market correction. Now, the North Node can deliver a rude awakening when partnering up with Neptune. It bursts the bubble of illusion, especially when printing money out of thin air to float economies on hollow foundations. And of course, when we reach the cusp period between March and April, Saturn could offer this very strict course correction, bringing reality to the surface with a bump. Now, the majority of planets are hanging out in water signs this month without the grounding of Earth, so we might see water-related events occurring around the world. In particular, that underwater volcano that I keep seeing in my visions, it's, coming thick and fast there, but as we also have a lack of planets positioned in Earth signs, this can shake things up seismically and cause plates to shift on a larger scale. We're already seeing it in certain places in the world. And of course, the Earth, it moves all the time. But the planets this month could destabilize some major fault lines, and we could see excess seismic activity in certain places, like we already see right now going on in Santorini, for example, but we're going to see more of that as well in February. Now, of course, this month, I would say we also have an energy of expect the unexpected, especially since Neptune and Uranus are running the show. Weird and questionable events will come out. Pluto continues to reveal corruption, of course, so expect confirmation on anything that intuitively you already know is going on behind the scenes, as exposés will continue across the board. Now, also, I want you to be aware, of course, that we have Mercury, which influences your energy, my beautiful Gemini. This will, of course, join the planetary parade on the 28th of February, creating a beautiful arc across the sky. And on a personal level, it offers a shift, a solidarity that all you strive for is somehow coming together. And of course, the moon makes a glorious alignment with Jupiter, making this month a perfect time to manifest and muscle in on better luck. Plus, dreamy Neptune in Pisces could reveal a secret admirer this month. Ultimately, it's a great month to follow your heart and know that the universe has your back and supports all that you wish to achieve. Now, your first card there is the Death card. So, of course, this can signal the beginning of the month because the Death card is like all change, but also it's a transition energy. I feel a lot of you are closing chapters to your life in some way. It's a very cathartic month for you. The Death card heralds, a time where you are breaking old habits. Some of you are continuing, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune there, you're continuing, an intention that you made at the beginning of the year. So this could be like a New Year's resolution, for example, that you are continuing in February because you feel good about, the way you've been conducting yourself. This could be a diet, exercise routine, or a promise to yourself in some way. I feel it is sustainable and maintainable this month as well. But, the Death card can indicate that you're going to focus on a lot of endings and new beginnings this month. Now, this can materialize in the way of contracts, service providers, subscriptions perhaps, renewals of insurance or visa, passports. So it could be administrative tasks or things that are coming to an end. Some of you could also be doing a stock take of your life, who or what energy has expired, and is it time to finally let go of this? What I really feel here, because we have the Death card and we also have the Ace of Wands, this is really, a very inspirational new start. So this could be if you've been experiencing like a little bit of brain fog, or you feel that perhaps you have found it really difficult to shift gears in January 2025. You're trying to get into the flow of the year because it offers you a different energy. I really feel that the month of February is like when you really start or kickstart something. For some of you, it could be you launching something. This almost looks like a launch pad there, but the Death card, it means something big is ending for you. So this could be that you're walking away from something and you're starting something new. For a lot of you, this could be a new job, for example. If you're currently searching for a job, if you were made redundant or you walked away from something that was toxic, I definitely see here that a new opportunity is coming in for you. And we've got the Hermit. It's kind of like a standalone position, but also the Knight of Swords, I feel, you'll have communication with a lot of people. It's very fast paced, and I feel that it requires your knowledge. So For some of you, it could also be that you get offered something in February and it kind of really establishes itself in March, is what I see. So if you're putting your resume out there, finding opportunities, I see a lot of you will be interviewing this month. And I see that there's one position that you are not really sure how it went. Okay, this is the one they really love you, but they're putting up like a poker face because now the negotiations really start. I feel like you're in your sense of value, so you're not taking less than you truly deserve and desire. And I feel this is a good luck opportunity, one that will increase your finances, but also it will fast track you to the position that you actually want to be in. It feels very much like a bit of a stepping stone there as well. Now, of course, the death card can indicate that you are really kind of like deciding to transform your life in some way this month, especially since we've got the Knight of Swords there. This is a lifestyle change. So some of you may feel that you've got into a bit of a cycle or a rut in some way and you need to break free. Okay, so I feel like you're promising yourself to be a little bit more spontaneous. I feel a lot of you, you know, with the death card, this heralds like new experiences. It can indicate that, you know, something that maybe emotionally held you back for some time or had you all up in your feelings and it was very hard to let go of it. Suddenly you realize it no longer has a hold on you, especially since, you know, February is a month of love. I mean, every day should be a day of love, but that's not always the way. But we do have that commercialized date, Valentine's Day in February. So some of you, especially with the King of Cups there, you know, it could be that you're feeling emotions from the past that you realize no longer trigger you or they don't have a hold on your happiness. If you're searching for love, I feel like you're asking for the highest love that love has to offer, and divine fate actually steps in to put you in a position to meet someone new. So I see a lot of you, there's chemistry with a person that will evolve into love. You're destined to meet this person. And I feel when you meet this person, there's an energy of a small break between you both. So either you or this person are taking a vacation, but you will continue to communicate even though there is distance. This could be that they're like on a business trip, for example, just after meeting you, or perhaps, you know, that they've got some stuff booked because, of course, life, right? So it can be that, you know, both parties are honoring their boundaries by still doing things independently that they love doing for themselves, but will factor each other in. There's a communication going on there. I see that, of course, your status will remain kind of single, okay? But I feel like you're exploring a new relationship for some of you. I do see that some of you will actually be invited to something and you will really stand out. After a long period, for some of you, you may have been in hermit mode, but now it's the time to be seen. So if you've been focusing on your projects and really just investing in self, that will continue, but at the same time, I feel like you're having the best of both worlds. A lot of you are going to feel more sociable this month, especially with that 6 of Wands there. But the King of Cups is really a call to follow your heart. It's to basically invest in, you know, your emotions. It's a call really to be kind of like compassionate with self as well, but also realize that you have a lot to offer. Whenever you get the King of Cups, it means you're giving your all, 100%. So you're going into February, giving it your all, and I feel there's an energy here of really kind of like, you know, looking back on the month when you leave February, that you did a job well done, whatever that means for you, because of course everyone's going to be focused on something different. Now, the King of Cups also indicates that you are someone who is diplomatic, a very you're a good friend, a good listener is what I see there. And someone could come towards you, because we do have the 9 of Wands here, some of you could actually have a friend who comes towards you for some advice. And this person, looking at the energy, they may not take your advice at first. You're still going to give it. I feel like you still support this person, but at the same time, they're going to return to you and say, I wish I had taken your advice. You're someone who is honest and true blue, and you tell it how it is. Even if it's hard to hear, you're the sort of person who really is, caring about the other person and the direction of their life. So whatever this advice is, I feel, eventually they will take your advice, but at first I feel they really don't. And they come back to you and say, I should have listened. Okay, so be prepared for someone really needing like a shoulder to cry on and an ear to listen to this month. And also with the King of Cups energy, this indicates that you are going to be a little more sensitive this month. I feel like you are basically, doing a deep dive on your emotions, and I feel also This is you realizing how secure you are in your position, rather than when you were a couple of years ago, maybe you felt vulnerable in a situation. I just feel something is going to try and trigger you this month, and actually you realize that you're fine with it. And this is a measure that that cathartic period, that personal development period is over. You have now come out of that cycle, you're releasing it. A lot of you, it could be generational kind of cycles that you're releasing. It could be that, you are releasing a past love, for example, as well. But whatever it is, I feel like you are in a really dominant, powerful position. And, this card can also indicate that, you are just trying to find more things that you love doing this month. And basically, this is across the board. It's in terms of romancing your life. It's in terms of your career. It's in terms of your neighborhood. A lot of you are doing some soul searching this month to really find out where you belong. But your third house of communication is actually influencing you at the beginning of the month. And that's really about speaking loud and proud, expressing yourself and your ideas. I mean, when you look at this card, this figure is literally proclaiming who they are, or, recognizing that they are a gift and really honoring that without ego, saying, you know what, I'm valid. I am someone who, makes a difference. And I feel a lot of you may have wrestled with this within yourself. And I feel this month you really kind of have faith in yourself, back yourself, and have more confidence within yourself this month as well. Now, of course, the King of Cups can also indicate that some of you, if you are searching for love, there's definitely love available. If you're already in a high-level commitment with a person, I feel if you had a bit of conflict with this person recently, your nearest and dearest, I feel that, you and your person have a really honest conversation. I mean, it's a diplomatic one. I feel like you don't want to rush this conversation, but both of you kind of talk about your hopes and fears. And you may actually realize that you're coming from the same angle and you both have the same fears. And I feel it really transforms your relationship. And you realize what you fell in love with this person for in the first place, but at the same time, so do they, and it strengthens your bond, okay? I feel there's new knowledge here. The Hermit energy can indicate that you and your person withdraw or go on a little vacation. This person may even surprise you. Some of you there are actually, if you are not engaged to your person, you may get a surprise. This person wants to whisk you away and declare their love for you, because we have that King of Cups energy. Of course, this is a Scorpio energy. It doesn't have to be a Scorpio in your life, but it can be someone who has a lot of love for you. And we've got that Knight of Swords. Something changes this month for you, and it's different forever, okay? And I feel with that Hermit energy, it could be that, this person has a secret that they want to reveal. The Wheel of Fortune there is a surprise, and I feel looking at your cards, it's a really nice surprise, because the Nine of Wands is in the resistance position, which means, it's not a surprise that hurts you, it's a surprise that really, you're joyful about, okay? Six of Wands is highlighting that, of course, you're winning in some way. Now, for some of you, I actually get this energy of you returning to something that you've been meaning to do. So if you've been super busy, pushed and pulled in many different directions already, I feel like you actually return to something that you wanted to get round to doing. This is the month to do it, and you're going to really conquer it in some way. There's also some really great news on its way for you. That Six of Wands is a win or a victory or something that you are passionate about, you will accomplish. This could be a personal development project. Doesn't have to be to do with career or money or any of those things. It can be a personal win or a personal victory, but you shall celebrate this. And for some of you, you may actually keep this quiet to yourself at first until you're ready to reveal it. Now, that King of Cups is over here. This is how you're approaching your month. You're being bold and daring, and I feel like you're establishing yourself at something. For some of you, you may feel that you have already established yourself in a certain position, and you're just looking for alternatives, because this card, it can be, if you're in a career, you've reached a certain level and you're looking to move on up the ladder, but you may feel there's no room for maneuver there, so you may be looking for alternatives and leaving a position in order to embrace something new, exciting, and energetic will come towards you. For some of you, this could be that you've been doing an exercise or a routine or something that you've got comfortable with that you kind of still love, right? Because this is a card of still loving something or feeling comfortable with it. But at the same time, you want a little bit more spontaneity or a little bit more, excitement or difference. Okay, so I feel like you're approaching things in a different way. You're inspired, lots of new ideas here. A lot of you may be launching an entrepreneurship or becoming your own boss. Okay, that is a destined opportunity for you. I feel like a lot of you will work long hours by yourself because you care. We've got the Hermit there. But also in time, your business will expand and you'll be able to hire people or maybe outsource some of your work. For some of you, you're already an entrepreneur and it could be that you're outsourcing this month so that you can have a getaway. I see a lot of you kind of like taking charge of your life this month in order to either have more free time or take a vacation. I definitely see vacation vibes here. This could be a quick trip. Really interesting. I'm seeing like a yacht right now, and I'm also seeing one of those old-fashioned trains with the smoke that comes out the top. So, I mean, this could just represent adventure because there's two different types of travel there, but also it could be something you've literally booked. So please apply it to your situation. A yacht is, of course, very fancy, but it could indicate that perhaps financially, for some of you, it could represent that you're moving on up the career ladder and entering into a new pay grade or entering into a new circle of finance. For some of you, it could also be that you're restructuring your finances in order to like connect to generational wealth or find a way to build on any acquisitions or portfolios that you have already. But the Ace of Wands is transformation. It basically means change, adventure. So maybe that's what the images are about, adventure for you, but also spiritual enlightenment. Okay, so I definitely see it's a very dynamic month. You're really paying attention to all areas of your life. So I feel there could be some sort of spiritual wisdom or download that you have. It comes in the form of an idea that suddenly you're really inspired about it and you're taking charge with it and you're moving forward. Now, of course, as I mentioned, a big soul-searching month for you there. We have the Moon card, so this can indicate that you are deeply in your feelings, but also it can reveal some shadow self energy. And that's what I mean. There could be a potential trigger this month where emotionally you have the potential to feel a little bit wounded by something in the past, okay? Or maybe someone perhaps has the potential to trigger you. It could be someone in your present right now, but the King of Cups indicates this person does not mess with your equilibrium. You are confident in yourself. You've erected a healthy boundary. You are not, having a knee-jerk reaction to anything. I feel like you are stable and true in your energy. And of course, this is a big month for you to express yourself and your ideas to the universe because you're deeply in the law of attraction. Your ideas have purpose, and I feel that this is a perfect time to visualize what you want. So this can be to romance your life a little bit more, the vision. Whenever you have water and moon energy, it can indicate, your dreams, your hopes for the future. And I would say this is a perfect time to really communicate what you want because of that third house. And what steps you need to take will appear for you as an idea or a vision. And I would say this is about you kind of like getting started on something for some of you. And, of course, your third house is all about quick travel as well. Maybe that's what the train is about. If you think about a yacht, I mean, I don't really know much about yachts, okay? But yachts, I think maybe they just take like quick trips. I'm not sure. But trains, of course, can also be long distance as well. So maybe looking at this card, it feels like a quick trip there. But maybe for some of you, it is a vacation. You're tying up loose ends in order to, take some time away. But your 10th house of ambition is also kind of influencing you at the end of the month. And that's where you're going to have the energy, the drive, the motivation to get projects finished and your tasks done. And I'm not talking about career. I'm talking about in the home space. I'm talking about your desires. Even if you're retired, for example, you're still doing projects. It could be for some of you that you want to take a quick trip away by yourself somewhere, a trip down memory lane for some of you. It could also be that you are thinking about purchasing property abroad or migrating your life and your business if you're not retired, for example, overseas. For some of you, it could also be a declaration of, because I'm being given this energy of declaration, it may be that you've declared that you're going to do something, and it may be that it hurt someone else's feelings, but I feel like you're honoring your own life and your own energy, and they're projecting their feelings of what they expect upon you, but you're here to adhere to your own life. So I do feel with that Nine of Wands, because there's a Six of Wands there, it could be something that means success for you, but it may mean something changes, and therefore someone else is a little bit nervous about change. So for example, if because the moon card can indicate an opportunity that is orchestrated behind the scenes by the universe that is not seen just yet, but it will materialize in the month of February. So good news comes on in, and it's a win for you. So it could be that you get your dream job, right? But it means traveling. It means being, overseas or located somewhere else. And that can, change the dynamic within a family or within a friendship circle. Nine of Wands can indicate someone is a little bit bruised by your success in some way. So it could also indicate that whilst they support you and celebrate you because that person is raised up there, I feel for some of you, it could be a friend who, really supports you, but is also saddened that, this success means change in dynamic of your friendship. Or it could be a family member who kind of likes you being around, but now you're moving elsewhere or traveling somewhere else. Whilst they support you and they are so glad that there is a victory and a win for you, it also indicates that some of you are, going to have a conversation with this person that's very diplomatic, and you approach it in a different way with a lot of wisdom because you understand the undercurrent of sadness with this person. I feel you realize that the conversation, being really direct and saying, look, it doesn't mean that I'm phasing you out. It doesn't mean that we're going to have a lot of distance. It means that we'll communicate all the time. You have an opportunity to travel and visit me. I'm just getting that. So some of you may actually deal with that. It's very precise. So let's move away from that energy. The Nine of Wands, it's in the resistance position at first, which actually is really positive. Some of you, it could be taking a break or finally saying no to things that have been perhaps, building up there. I feel like you're owning your time, you're being organized and structured, and really any time-sensitive opportunities or time-sensitive administrative tasks, I feel like you hit them and, I feel like you're on point there. But also this card for some of you, because there's two cards here, the Hermit and the Nine of Wands with the Moon. It can indicate that when we spend time alone, which is very important, we need to hear our heart, we need to really check in with ourselves. It can kind of throw up some really negative feelings as well that need to be processed, but don't dwell there. I feel a healthy kind of balance is, of course, spend time alone, but also integrate yourself with other people. And I feel also the Nine of Wands, a lot of you, it could be that you need to have a little bit more compassion with yourself. You're trying to, accomplish something, and you will win it or you will accomplish it, whatever it is. For some of you, it could be that you've had lots of fluctuating emotions, but also fluctuating hormones, perhaps. And you've been feeling that it's been draining your energy or it has been making you feel off kilter in some way. But you could actually reach out to a practitioner or someone who has the knowledge and the qualifications to really set that straight so that you can find balance in that and it doesn't impede your day-to-day living. For example, for some of you, it could also be a vitamin deficiency, or if you have been wounded, for example, for some of you, this could be that you've come to the month of February and you're convalescing, you're wounded in some way, because as you can see, this is the wounded warrior, and it doesn't have to be like wounded in emotions, but you have so many emotional cards there. I feel predominantly it's that you're dealing with and processing it and letting it go as a very cathartic experience. Some of you may even write it down, maybe write a book or, write a screenplay or channel your feelings into art this month, because, you're all up in your communication, but the 10th house also is like, how can I channel this energy in order to benefit? So it could be you're turning pain to gain, for example, because these two cards, this is pain, this is gain. So I definitely see here that you're breaking a cycle and there's a lot of success here. But also if you have been wounded or you've been feeling a little bit unwell recently, I feel like you conquer it, you get over it, okay, and you're back to full vitality there. Also, the Nine of Wands, it can indicate that some of you, especially since we've got the Moon card, you may be taken unawares by how you feel about something. Sorry, I have a bit of an itchy knee, so I'm just going to do that. I feel like you really dissect this month. It doesn't mean that you're not focused on your finances or, you're not focused on other areas of your life like your family and your friends, because of course you will be. But I feel like your dominant thoughts are about suddenly you have like a feeling about something and you're kind of like, wow, you're a little bit surprised by how you feel about it. And I feel more than anything, it's that you're over it, okay? Which is really positive there as well. We have the Six of Wands. Initially, it's in the resistance position, so it will go into the upright, which tells me that something that you feel you haven't accomplished yet or something that you've been working hard towards, you haven't seen the results in. And it could be hard, whatever it is. I feel like you've been challenged there. A lot of you are exhausted doing this. You've brought some of that energy from last year into this year, and you're just keeping things at a certain level there, so maintaining the status quo. But I feel like you will see results this month, especially at the end of February there. There's some really good news coming on in here, and people don't realize how hard you worked for this, whatever this is, but I feel it's time for celebration. Also, for some of you, this could literally mean that you are stepping into the limelight in some way, whether it's in your career, whether it's, you being famous, maybe going viral if you're an influencer. For some of you, it's something that you love doing, which will be seen. I mean, it could be an unveiling at a gallery of your exhibition, or it could be that you've written a new song and now you are revealing it to the public, for example. For some of you, it could be that you're taking a presentation that you've been working on for months, but now is the time to fully stand up there and say what you mean and mean what you say. And it's received really well. It gives a lot of people a lot of things to think about. Also, it could be that if you've been operating behind the scenes, now is your time to step out into the limelight or allow yourself to be seen. Get out there a little bit more, celebrate. And I feel with that Six of Wands energy, it means any obstacles or difficulties are overcome and you can have confidence in yourself. A lot of you, this is a recognition of your achievements, but also it could be a recognition from a family member or a soul tribe member, that they either hurt you, because we've got the Nine of Wands there, and it could be an olive branch that is offered this month. Also, for some of you, it could be that, a person, or because I feel this is like not family, for example. I'm being given this energy that someone who perhaps has a piece of news tells you first, okay? I feel they've been keeping it to themselves for a while. I feel it's connected to this friend who needs like some advice. They tell you first, and it really shows the deep bond between you both there as well. I would say as well, for a lot of you, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Some good luck is entering into the mix, and this is aside from the thing that you're working hard to accomplish. The Wheel of Fortune also indicates that, of course, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. That's the circle and cycle of life. But I feel this is a month where you're on the up. I also feel that if you are taking a risk on something, it's a calculated risk, because of course you've got the Knight of Swords there, which means, you're doing a lot of calculations, you're in your head, very cerebral about your next moves, you're not really wanting to rush into anything. I would say this card plus this card indicates something new comes in. It's like an opportunity that perhaps is time sensitive. Don't rush into it. I would say take time to reflect on it, because it is a great opportunity for you, but I feel it's important to kind of like really dissect it and see it across the board before you say yes to anything. I don't see anything negative here, but I would say, just take time to reflect before you decide. I mean, that's a no-brainer there. I feel there's some news here that you're going to love, okay? You'll celebrate a win or you'll accomplish something here. I also feel there's an energy of support from your nearest and dearest there as well. And some of you may actually challenge yourself to do something that's a little bit more physical this month, because you have so many wands here. So I mean, this could be that you're going to kind of like beat your usual record for the amount of steps that you do in a day, or it could be that you're hitting the gym, or it could be that you are, challenging yourself to something sporting. Perhaps some of you are doing something where you will enter a race or a competition, because you do have two very competitive cards here, and your 10th house means that you're ambitious and you have that drive and that motivation to get whatever it is you want to do done. And I feel if you're entering into a competition, There are going to be some sore losers, okay? But I feel it's something that you adapt to, or it's like you adapt your process, or you adapt the way you do something that sets you apart and sets you up for a win, okay? And I feel like you're in the winning circle is what I'm being given here. You're in the winning circle, and yeah, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and whatever it is that you're entering, I mean, it could be a book competition, it could be a race, it could be a quiz, for example. So please take it as it resonates, but this is good luck on your side. But also this is about maintaining balance. So a lot of this month is going to be maintaining and sustaining the status quo, whilst also finding new and exciting approaches or things to go to. Whether these are events or festivals, I feel a lot of you are looking at the map of life, as it were, and really wanting to shake things up a little bit. This is literally like changing lanes. So some opportunity comes towards you that really, helps you, like, I don't want to say change direction. It feels very much like a swerve in direction, or being flexible with something, maybe a bit of a plot twist this month. I also see for some of you, you may have to reschedule something, okay? And what I'm being given is when you reschedule this thing, it may not be for the time frame that you want, so you may have to make some adjustments in order to make the rescheduled event, okay? So that's coming out there. Now, the Hermit can indicate you feel a bit like withdrawing at the end of the month. I do feel it's going to be a busy month there for you, and some of you, this could literally mean that you're going solo on a project, or that you are becoming an entrepreneur, or if you're already an entrepreneur, it can be that sometimes it's really challenging and lonely, but you could be like meeting like-minded individuals, networking this month, and really kind of building an affinity there. But the Hermit is a deeply reflective energy. So with that self-reflection card there, and you being very sensitive this month, I really feel like you're reflecting on your journey, okay, of who you are, the experiences that you've had, and that you're a warrior, that you've battled a lot, okay? Now, this could be the inner battle, but it could also be, you battling something that you conquer and overcome, and it may have been a long process, but you're going to get there, and you are a winner. So I definitely see here that, you're not being impatient. I feel, you are someone who takes action. You're someone who says, okay, these are the circumstances that I've got. This is what I'm working with. Let's make this happen. Let's turn this around. And I feel that's your month. Whatever it is you're dealing with this month, you're turning it around in your favor. You're using, a lot of your knowledge and your wisdom, but also acquired knowledge as well. So a lot of you, this could be a month where you're researching something in a deeper fashion, or it could also be that you're taking a course of learning in some way in order to expand your knowledge or your reach on something, because I do see new knowledge here for you as well. Now, the Knight of Swords, it indicates a lifestyle change or a different approach to something. This doesn't have to be diet or exercise routine related. It can be that you are shaking up your routine to work. If you're in a career, it could be that you're trying a new coffee store across town. It could be that you are approaching a person in a different way. Perhaps you're dealing with a difficult person who likes to play the victim all the time, because we have the Nine of Wands there. And this person, there's an energy here of, they have a lack of confidence. So this is an underlying trait that perhaps makes them always retreat into victimhood, or makes them feel like, they're never enough. And I feel this could be a different way of approaching this person to help them see their true worth. Now, of course, only they can see their true worth, but I see that you are someone who is very generous with your time and your energy, and you really care. So I feel this is you giving someone a pep talk this month, and every other time it may not have worked, but this time it really will, okay? Now also, this card can indicate that, of course, you're very successful, but also it can indicate you're in two minds about something. So you may explore something or confront something so that you can actually identify which decision you want to choose, or which path is right for you. I would also say that at the end of the month, you may want to kind of like withdraw a little bit to focus on important projects, because I feel the pace really picks up at the end of the month. You're going to be super busy at the end of the month there. Now, in terms of your finances, I feel some of you could launch a new money-making idea this month. I definitely see this idea has taken a long time to really formulate, but I feel once you get it out there, you're going to be really successful with this. I mean, Six of Wands, when you apply this to money, this can indicate that there is a raise or a bonus, or there is some opportunity for a little bit of an increase in your finances. So, I mean, because the moon is there, it could be something that perhaps hasn't materialized and will not materialize until later on in February or even in March. So this could be like an increase in finances in alignment with inflation, or it could be, an opportunity for a bonus to come. For some of you, for pensions, it could be that there's a fluctuation in pensions and, a slight increase there as well. But always what goes up comes down. So it can be that it's just fluctuating because of the moon energy. That's an ebb and flow energy there as well. Okay. I feel like you're giving this month your all, and there's going to be a lot of exciting moments. There's a lot of adventure here, a lot of inspired energy. You're going forward with something, forward only, never backwards, okay? Look, there's the broken vase that's come out. So this can indicate someone, has had misfortune or hardship and they're trying to overcome something. I mean, for some of you, that's you, but I feel a lot of you may deal with a person that, you give them some solid advice. And this person in time will also do you a favor, but you're not doing it just to get a favor back. I'm just going to go and get some final cards. We have Scuba Diver. Okay, and we have sap. Okay, now maybe that's related, the scuba diver. Maybe some of you are going diving, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a yacht. So it could be that you're going on a wonderful vacation where you get into the ocean, do some diving if that's you. I've never done that myself, but perhaps it's something you're doing. Maybe it's all about this sense of adventure. But it says here, going within. Okay. So spiritually, this is a big month, as I said, for self-reflection. Going within, observation, 0 point, self-examination, exploring the unconscious mind. Into the void, desire to know, self-reflection, disconnecting, deep thoughts, and subliminal. So I feel, there is an energy of you going within, but also it can be that you are going to really dive a little bit deeper into spiritual practices or knowing the mind, being really fascinated with the brain. I mean, you're a sign that is really fascinated with how the brain works and, how we communicate and, those left field thoughts as well and why people do the things that they do. So it could be that you're actually looking at that because you're interested in it or, looking at body language as well. It could also be that you're working in an industry where you have to observe that. But also it's like you maybe observing people and why they do the things that they do. But I feel this month is more about understanding yourself a little bit more. We also have fortitude, staying power. That's definitely you. So it says here, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone, endurance, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, and you got what it takes. And I definitely see that you've got what it takes, whatever it is that you are building. But also this could be, it's number 1 as well, which is magician energy. So I would say whatever you're manifesting, you're building at this time. You're someone who is ambitious and prepared for anything, but also you're focused on hitting your target, whatever that may be, and you're going to do that. Now we also have broken vase. Okay, and that says hardship. So I feel, this is like you being determined to overcome a hardship. And I see that the hardship cards are in the resistance position. So you are overcoming something. We've got trial. I would also say if you've taken up a free trial for anything and there is like a certain period where it ticks over into you paying for it, if you don't want to pay for it, this is a friendly reminder to disconnect from any subscription or anything like that so that you don't have to pay. So that's coming through there as well. Overcoming a crisis, 2 steps back, change of state, fixing something, an opportunity comes in, releasing pressure, adversity. Yeah, we did get the accident energy. So some of you could have had like, an unwellness or an accident there. But this is only if you came to this reading having had that, because I don't see it for this month because it's in the resistance position at first. If it was, in the protagonist energy or at the end, I would say, potential for, you to go too fast and perhaps, have a minor bump, for example. But I see this as something that's already occurred. And for those of you who've had that, sending you lots of love for recovery. I do see recovery this month. Now we've also got consolation. Constellation, networking, support, associates gathered, meetings, socializing, organization, arrangement, a collection, exchanging data, influence, in connection with, and a large amount or a quantity. Okay, whenever you get stars, this indicates a wish being delivered, or you aligned with something that is going to be very good for you, something that's healthy for you, being inspired as well. I mean, I would say in and around the 28th, when we have Mercury joining that beautiful arc of planetary parade, I would say this is a great time for you to receive this good information. We also have SAP, resources needed, materials. You'll have everything you need this month to get through it and accomplish great things. Being in the flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded, roots, abundant, physical health, and life force. Some of you may actually give blood this month as well. It could be something that you've booked already or something you're going to be doing. So you're giving back in some way to help others. And finally, this one, night. Okay, that's the final one. We did the scuba diver one. We have the night, and you did get that night there at the end as well. So it's interesting that the way the energy is pulling me to read each card, you know, both cards are the end card there in each deck. So it says here, confident, heroic, messenger, fearless, assertive, passionate, fighting spirit, persevering, chivalry, honor, determined, brave, daring, strong, and a champion of a cause. So some of you, as I mentioned earlier, may do some charitable work this month or do something that is, you know, in a very important cause. Interesting, you've got double one here. Okay, double one. So synchronistic numbers indicates a really positive transformation in your month. So you may see like double one, of course 11 as well. So look out for those numbers too. And I will leave it there. I will just go and get a trinket or room before we close. Okay, we got 2 buttons here. Okay, so we've got an engagement ring. So some of you may literally be getting engaged this month. Congratulations if that is you. The Wheel of Fortune, it could be a surprise there as well. For some of you, I mean, the ring literally means commitments. So you're focused on your responsibilities, your tasks, you're getting things done, and I feel it will be rewarding for you there as well. But also, because we have that beautiful emerald there, gems are formed under pressure. And you are a gem, my beautiful Gemini. So I feel, you know, you've been under a little bit of pressure, but now you're forming, you're solidifying, and there's a lot of success and reward to come there. Also, some of you may actually buy yourself a piece of jewelry, is what I'm seeing there, or maybe even find, because I'm just being given an energy of what is lost will be found. So this could be something that perhaps you've lost, you will find it. Doesn't have to be jewelry, but I feel for some of you it could be. And of course, we got the butterfly, which always connects to the death card energy. So a big month of change, but I feel like you're very adaptable, and I feel like you will be flexible to these changes, and these changes actually will be beneficial for you. This is a great month to be social as well, social butterfly, flitting from one thing to the next, not spreading your time thin or your energy thin, but just getting variety. That is the spice of life. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. And if you'd like to be in with a chance to win a free competition, to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is envisage the world in a golden healing light, because I really feel we'll need it this year. That's all I ask of you, okay? Very important. If we can collectively do that, we can make a difference. You know, if you walk into a room and 2 people have argued, and, you know, you can feel the energy. They don't even have to say one word. You can feel the energy. Energy comes from within as well, and it goes outside of ourselves. We can transform the energy in a room. So if collectively we all envisage the earth in a golden healing light, collectively we can all try and make a difference and, you know, make the world a better place. So when you've done that, all you have to do is put in the comments box below an emoji of a world and a heart. And if you don't have access to a world or heart emoji, then please just write the words world and heart, and I'll enter everyone into a competition and announce the winner in around about the end of February, probably about the 3rd week of February there. Okay, thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.